The Mortgage Playbook for Millennials. Know the rules before you play the game. Written by Jeff VanNote, the mortgage quarterback. Chapter 13. 21 questions with answers. What documents will you need to purchase a home? If you're getting a mortgage, I recommend getting the past 2 years' federal tax returns, W-2 forms, 2 most recent months' bank statements, all accounts, all pages of those bank statements, your driver's license, your social security card, and 2 most recent pay stubs. If you get this list together, you're 99% ready to start. If you're not getting a mortgage, simply gather your driver's license and most recent month bank statements to show funds available to buy the real estate with your cash. Between approval and closing, you can most definitely will be asked for more documents, depending on many factors. I recommend you understanding and accepting this from day one. The bank has 12 plus different compliance sectors to answer to, and banks are afraid of making mistakes. And I'm first to say it, it is not easy, and the government makes it harder each day. What are qualifying guidelines? This is a great question, and guidelines change based on loan types. There are 3 main loan types: FHA, conventional, and VA, also known as veteran loans. Your credit score, income, property type, purchasing, cash available, and occupancy, whether you're buying as an investment or a place to live in, all impact guidelines. I would be happy to educate you specific to your best loan for you and go into detail. Am I ready at this point in my life to buy my first place? Yes, you are always ready to make an investment. Rates are relatively low and property values will keep going up. I always recommend my clients, if they are worried, to buy a place that they know that they can rent out in the immediate future for break even on what they rent they will get minus their mortgage. For example, if your mortgage is $2,000 per month, you need to make sure you're able to rent the place for at least $2,000 per month. This way, if you are not happy and need to move, you can do so and still have the investment and take advantage of the tax benefits without losing money. Now is the best time to buy. You'll be worried and have fear, but with the right team, it will get done. How do I fix things myself? Easy items to be fixed, such as lighting or a faucet, do it. Painting, do it. When it comes to bigger issues like drains, pipes, windows, electrical outlets, etc., always hire a contractor or handyman. Everyone knows someone that does this type of work. Before hiring the person, get a free quote in writing along with a detailed explanation. Like all industries, many contractors are unreliable and desperate and overcharge the uneducated consumer. Interest rates. What is my monthly payment? Although the payment is very important, interest rates change by the second. I always give my clients a 3-month range of where rates are and have been within 0.5%, so 3.75% to 4.25% as an example. If you are in contract to purchase a home, then rates become more accurate. But if you are just looking, as an example, always use the higher range for worst case scenario. Your mortgage payment is unable to be calculated until you actually find a home and confirm your final loan amount. Your payment is comprised of your mortgage, your real estate taxes, and your insurances, all of which are variable until later on in the process. What can I easily afford? This is different for everyone. Everyone has different expenses in life, such as kids, private school, gas, tolls, food, and additional spending habits. I recommend my clients keeping the mortgage payment in the range of 33% of their gross monthly income. If you make $120,000 per year, or $10,000 per month, which 33% of that would put you at a payment no higher than $3,300, which includes the same taxes and insurances, and your mortgage. Do I want to be locked into this area? You are never locked into any area to live. To own, you may be, meaning you may have to hold on to the property, and I don't ever recommend selling property unless you have to because you need the money. Worst case, move out and rent again, and call your parents up and tell them, I'm coming home. I don't know many people that ever sold real estate and lost money. What does location look like during the day, night, and weekend? Excellent question. Also factor in the time of year, parking, kids out of school. The only answer is spending some time there during those times. It may be harder to do and wait during time of year, but drive around before and after work, on weekends, and early in changing of the seasons. This will give you an accurate understanding of the area. What's the likeliness of making money on the property? I never recommend you calculating your investment or profit on a place you are moving into. This should be your happy place. If you make money one day, great. If you are happy where you live, that is the goal. However, to answer your question, you make money immediately with the tax benefit. Speak to an accountant or CPA to get the most accurate information. And in this market, home prices are rising anywhere from 1% to 6% per year. Depending on location, if you buy now, worst case scenario, 18 months from now, you will have made instant equity, which is the difference between the purchase price and the new valuation of your home. Question 10. Do I need to consider the area for future plans? Marriage, kids, etc. Depending on where you are in life, age, relationship status, finances, career, you may want to spend some time making your first move. However, things change, plans change, and areas change. I've always believed in being one of the first frontiers into an area based on my experience. Many people are turning towards easy urban living where you can walk to the corner store, park, ball fields, etc. So to be clear, your personal current situation will dictate how much time you spend looking into schools, house size, etc. Question 11. What does my loan amount look like? Everyone has their own process, and my recommendation works for me and has worked for thousands of clients like yourself. Let us, the professionals, guide you, and you make the final comfortable, notice it's capitalized, decision on final numbers and payments. We ask you to get all of your documents to my team, and then they do the data entry of your information, run your credit, insert all your relative information. I then review the information and provide an A to Z analysis of what I see. Every client gets this service, and Rebecca and Zach put their input in as well. Your loan amount should be conservative if possible. Most importantly, affordable. Question 12. How does cash impact your decision? Me personally, I would rather have more cash in the bank and a higher mortgage payment. As a pure example, if you were able to keep $25,000 in the bank and have a higher monthly payment of $200 a month, who cares? $25,000 in an account divided by $200 in payment, you have over 10 years of the difference in payment saved up. I would set a direct transfer every month into my bills pay account and not even realize the payment was higher. This is just me, but cash is king, so save as much as you can while having an affordable monthly mortgage payment. Question 13. What about savings bonds and investments, other assets like that? Other assets are great. However, I never recommend selling tax implicated assets for a home. Keep them in their asset class. For as long as possible, I'd look to take money from a 401k loan or increase my tax withholdings from my pay stubs to get more money back per paycheck to save for my down payment. Why pay tax on money previously taxed? It doesn't make sense to me at all. But I am different and think differently. Remember that. Question 14. When do you ask family for help? Never, unless it's required. If you need a few $1,000s to qualify, ask. If you can make the mortgage payment comfortably, but have student loans your parents may be paying, ask for a cosigner, help from them. It is much more rewarding doing it on your own. Trust me. You did it. I'm not against or opposed to help or a safety net, but I would save that option unless 100% needed. Question 15. If you are in need of a cosigner, do they own a property? Yes, technically, if your lawyer structures it that way, I would recommend getting what's called a non-owner occupying co-borrower, a co-borrower that does not live in the property, and have an exit strategy in mind, how to get them off the mortgage and be removed as a cosigner, so that you have time frame and game plan in mind. I love structuring these types of deals. They are fun and need my creativity to plan this out. 16. What documents does a cosigner need? The same ones you will need above. A co-borrower, cosigner, or borrower are all viewed as equal and are legally responsible on the mortgage. If you miss a payment, their credit gets hit with a late payment. There is a ton of risk of being a co-borrower, cosigner. I do not recommend it, again, unless needed. And keep in mind, you need to have a game plan, again, to get them off the loan. Question 17. Buy versus rent. Why? Buying is an investment, but should not be viewed as one. You have an asset. You can sell the asset. You are building wealth. And homeownership is the American dream. Prices have gone up where some people have the American nightmare, but being properly educated and making a calculated risk decision will work out for you. If you buy today, I guarantee you in 10 to 20 years, you have made money on your investment. Renting is not a bad option, but you are paying someone else's mortgage. I actually rented for 4 years and owned 3 properties as investments, since I didn't know where I wanted to live while in New York, and I always knew I'd be back in Jersey, eventually. I rented in Hoboken for 2.5 years to learn the area, lend money in the area, and begin seeing trends. Let my experience and vision assist you in your decision making. Question 18. Should I put 20% down? Yes, in some cases, but you don't have to. I would always rather my clients putting less money down. In today's market, you could put 1% down payment, 3.5% down payment, or 5% down payment as low down payment options. Some of these mortgage options do have mortgage insurance, but who cares? You're saving money. Again, affordability is key. I have some options for first-time homebuyers where you can put less than 20% down and avoid paying monthly mortgage insurance. Just ask me how. Question 19. How do my current debts impact where I stand? This is a great question. I personally have a major issue with how the government calculates income and debts. They purposely exclude debts that are real. Makes no sense. So what I do is offer my clients a free budget analysis and review of all their bank statements and check their spending habits so I can best advise them on the best move and loan type. Most clients are private and don't want this, but the ones that take me up on my offer are much better financially positioned and clear on their decision to purchase. I'm not just your mortgage guy. I am the guy that is always and will always be in your corner, your rock, and your go-to for important decisions. Question 20. Why do you trust in the process and why? Who do you trust in the process and why? Myself. Haha. Me. I. There are so many pretenders and uneducated, unethical, inexperienced professionals, in quotations, in the market that make it very difficult and unnecessary difficult to buy a home. There are over 17 people needed in your transaction to have you finally buy a home, 13 of which you will never meet or talk to. We can get into this later on, but my recommendation is use someone you trust and get them to implement their team. I'm all about team. I have my own attorneys, insurance people, realtors, accountants, and I can assure you, my team is the best, most ethical, honorable, and real people out there. If you know me, I don't like pretenders. And if you're a real player, you play and do business with real players. Can someone mess up or make a mistake? Absolutely, human error, but honest mistakes. I would look to deal with people that have a proven system and track record to work together and accomplish the goal of helping you buy your home, close the deal, and stay in touch as a lifelong client forever. Question 21. What is your number one tip for 30 years young and younger generations? Get off your butt, find your passion, lock into a career where you feel wanted, needed, fulfilled, and passionate about going to work every day. Commit, save money. Set yourself up for a fantastic future. Get one or two friends together, like yourself, and buy a house with them. Pay off your debt. Live stress-free as much as possible. Take calculated risk. Learn from me, my experiences, my valuable mistakes. Get a role model, push your limits, and never give up.